Here's how a week of reading went for me as a mom of four, starting with the two books that I DNF'd. This was just bad nonfiction. It was dense, it was slow with no real thesis, and Permanence also felt so slow and just a chore to get through without any quotation marks. It was a highly anticipated read, but sadly, I had to DNF. On Monday, I finally finished Daughters of the Bamboo Grove, a nonfiction exploring China's one-child policy and how the policy separated these two twin sisters. When I tell you the events in this book absolutely blew my mind, I mean, look how many notes I took. I'd say that this was one of my favorite books of the week for sure. It's such a difficult, heartbreaking read, but I learned so much. On Tuesday, I got around to finishing Tender as the Flesh. Now, I started this one early July, got to chapter 4 and almost DNF'd it. I picked it up again and still felt like I just couldn't connect with the story. I don't know, this one just didn't work for me. On Wednesday, I started Cobalt Red, which is a nonfiction book on the cobalt mines in Congo. This one made me incredibly angry. Such a devastating but important read, and it is so well written and well researched. And I finished it on Thursday. On Friday, I started reading Fearing the Black Body, which is all about the racial origins of fat phobia. It started off strong, but then it got so dense. I had to switch to audio halfway because my brain was just not computing. There was just too much information. I definitely don't recommend it for casual leisure reading because it literally reads like a textbook, okay? Friday evening, I started The Caretaker, and I'm not gonna lie, I stayed up late reading this one. It is super fast paced, but definitely not as good as Kluwer's first book. I finished it and I was like, wait, that's it? And over the weekend, I finished Say Nothing, which tells the story of the Troubles in Ireland and the IRA. This had way too much going on. I kept notes at the beginning, but towards the end, I couldn't be bothered because there were so many different details and people and facts. It took me almost a month to finish this book, and I was pretty underwhelmed. I do want to read other books by Patrick Radden Keefe, but this one didn't work for me at all. That's everything I read last week. I'll see you guys next time. Adios.